$50,000 within 2 weeks of launching this completely new high-ticket info product with a person that's never sold any high-ticket products before. And my promise for you is, if you keep watching this video and follow everything that we're going to cover, which is a 3-step strategy that's made us well over $50,000 by now, all right? If you follow everything that we're going to cover, you'll be able to hit similar, if not even better numbers, obviously depending on the size and quality of your audience. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so I prepared a whole Miro presentation for this that's breaking down every single step that we did, okay? So here's how we made $50,000 in revenue, not cash collected, I'm gonna be upfront. Okay, within 2 weeks of launching this completely new high ticket offer, which was a one-on-one trading mentorship offer, so you can just copy us. Right? It's a 3-step strategy. For every single step, I have an explanation right here. If you get either one of these steps wrong, you're not going to be able to hit the numbers that we did, right? Let's say you don't have an irresistible offer, which is step 1. You're not going to get the sales, right? If you don't have a wait list, okay, if you don't build up hype before you launch, if you don't build up the wait list, if you don't build up the FOMO, you're never going to be able to make those numbers in, let's say, 2 weeks, right? We got 8 members in there in like less than 10 days, right? And step 3 is launch the call funnel. If you don't have a call funnel, you're never going to be able to convert every single lead that comes to your waitlist. You're not going to be able to convert a good chunk of it to paying clients. Okay. And yeah, this is an extra right here. Close the calls. So this is the cash collected that we like the amount of cash collected that we have $32,000 right now. So as you can see here, 10 active members at $5,000. That's why we have $50,000 in revenue. We limited this launch at 10 spots because he didn't want to do too many people in this launch. Right. So yes, let's get to step 1, right? Crafting an irresistible offer. I'm sure you've seen this hundreds of times, okay? Hundreds of thousands of times, the Alex Hormozi value equation, but you can look at this. This is just good, right? I also have this book right here. So this was our offer, okay? First of all, you want to have like a good idea of the people that you're targeting, right? So we did a whole trading avatar deep dive right here. As you can see, every single, like we have tons of questions, okay, that we answered deeply. For example, what's the biggest results I can help a person achieve? Describe your most ideal customer. What's the biggest problem? So you have to have a good idea of the person that you're talking to, or you're not going to make money, right? If you don't know who you're talking to, you're not going to be able to hit good numbers, right? So what we did is we have daily live classes for this specific offer, okay? Daily live classes, trade reviews, direct access to the mentor, which is like 12 one-on-one calls over the course of the 12-week program, 24/7 access to the mentor via DMs, right? And the private community. Then 1 group call per week, okay, which is like also like a one-on-one call because everybody still gets to ask the questions because there are only 10 people on those calls. On average, right? So they have one-on-one call a week, 1 group call a week, 24/7 access to the mentor. They're basically also in the trading group, okay, group chat that they're gonna be in. It's very active, okay, trade recaps, trade reviews, everything. They'll get everything that they need to basically get to their dream outcome, which is becoming a consistently profitable trader, right? And also funded. So we also have some bonuses right here, and this is what our offer, what made our offer different is if you don't become consistent and funded, I'll personally trade with you directly for free until you pass your prop firm challenge, right? This is basically a risk reversal because we didn't want to do a money back guarantee because not everybody is gonna put in the work. That's why we didn't want to do a money back guarantee. But what we did have is a risk reversal. If you don't become funded, okay, I'll personally trade with you for free within 12 weeks. I'll personally trade with you for free until you pass a prop firm challenge, and we priced this at $5,000. Okay, so this was also our messaging, as you can see right here. I'll help you become a consistently and funded trader within 12 weeks, or I'll trade with you for free until you. So this was our messaging. So yeah, as you can see right here. Dream outcome, become a funded trader. So we couldn't say profitable trader, like we couldn't include that into the guarantee because it's not legal. Okay, we can't really guarantee them that they're going to be profitable, but what we can guarantee is that if they don't become funded, all right, they'll stay in the mentorship, right? That's the dream outcome. Perceived likelihood of achievement. We have tons of testimonials for this guy and for this mentor specifically. So tons of testimonials. We have the risk reversal, which basically also increases the perceived likelihood of achievement because if they see, okay, this guy actually gives me a risk reversal, that means, okay, he's going to be able to teach me, he's going to be able to teach me stuff. If he wouldn't be able to teach me this stuff, okay, he wouldn't have this guarantee. That's why it's also helping the perceived likelihood of achievement. And then the time delay within 12 weeks. Okay, so that's basically the time frame that we gave them. And effort and sacrifice, they don't have to learn everything themselves. They don't have to go through a trial and error. They don't have to basically learn dozens of strategies from YouTube. Okay, watch all those YouTube videos, try to piece together their own strategy from those thousands of videos and strategies that they're watching. Okay, it's just a straight path to becoming profitable. Okay, that's the effort and sacrifice that we decreased. All right, so this is the offer section. You have to craft an irresistible offer. You have to take this into perspective and craft a good offer. All right, this was a pretty good offer, and we also took inspiration from other trading offers. We basically looked at what they did, like what wasn't that good. Okay, for example, many of those they don't even have risk reversal. That's why we included this in there as well. And yeah, step 2, okay, one sec. Okay, step 2 is building up the waitlist. Okay, if you get this wrong, you're never going to be able to hit numbers like we did in such a short period of time. All right, so why do you need a waitlist? If you'd have to boil this down to one word, it's FOMO. Okay, you want to create FOMO. So people crave what they can't immediately have. Okay, a waitlist builds curiosity and FOMO. As the list grows, so we basically show them every time, like for example, we sent out an email which basically said, yo, if you want to actually if you're serious about getting a spot, we already have over 35 times more people on the waitlist than we have spots available. So that's also building FOMO, you know. And also what we can do if we collect their contact information, basically this is what the waitlist form looks like. If we collect their contact information, we can email them ongoingly before we launch. Okay, and also we can dial the leads on launch day, which we didn't need in this case because we got enough calls booked. But if you need that, you can dial the leads on launch day and also get calls booked that way, right? If we'd have to put this into an analogy, I came up with a movie analogy, okay? Think about what would happen if a blockbuster movie, like the best of the best movie, just dropped without anything, like without no trailer, no hype, no nothing, okay? They just say, okay, here it is, let's go to the cinema. Okay, here it is, go to the cinema and watch it. That's not going to be able to pull the numbers like if you compare it to, for example, one movie that's teased for months with trailers, countdown, early ticket access, all of that. Okay, what do you think? Which one is going to sell out on opening night? Right, it's obviously the one with the trailers, with the countdowns, with the early ticket access, all of that, okay? That's why we have the waitlist. That's the analogy behind this, all right? So how do you actually, that's why we need a waitlist, but how do you actually build up the waitlist, right? There are different things we can do. For example, Instagram stories. I'm going to show you all the stories that we did in his case. YouTube community posts and YouTube video descriptions. Okay, mentioning it also in the YouTube videos. Emails, obviously if you have an email list before you launch, you can also just send out emails to that to get people on the wait list. Free communities, free Telegram group, whatever it might be. WAP community posts, if you have a WAP channel, for example, okay, there's actually a way where you can send out an announcement on WAP, which also shows up in their email inbox. Okay, many people don't know that. And yeah, this is how we build up the wait list. And we got around 370 people on that wait list in a few days. And we got like 10 spots available, right? So these are the stories that we did. Okay, I'm not going to break down every single one of them because it's just going to make this video too long. And that's not the core reason why we make this video. But basically, we want to build up hype. Okay, so for example, 14 days out, it's a 2-week launch process. Okay, shout out Jace. So 2 weeks out, we basically say something like, I'm about to launch something I've never done before. If you're a trader, keep an eye on my stories. Okay, and as you can see, we are building FOMO all the time. Something massive is coming your way. And then we also basically plug the date all the time. We launched this March 7th, so around a month ago. Don't miss it. If you're a trader, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not going to go into every single one of them. You can pause this and just screenshot it, whatever it might be. Okay. If you copy it word for word, it might not work for you as well. Okay. So just take inspiration from it. Right. Next story for those who said yes, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, DM me. So we have managed automations. DM me this keyword and you're going to have access to the waitlist so you can sign up for it. Okay, as you can see here, I'm selecting just 10 traders to work with me directly one-on-one. So we also build up FOMO there, right? Just 10 traders only. Okay, as you can see right here, 10 available one-on-one spots. They'll fill up very fast, which they did, right? So 9 days out, this was the story. DM me the keyword to join the waitlist now. 10 spots will be gone fast. 7 days out, you can screenshot this. I mean, I'm not gonna be sitting here and reading every single one of those stories. This is it. 5 days out, we posted this. The main idea is just building up FOMO, and basically getting them to sign up for the waitlist. That's what we do, right? And then also 3 days out, we gave them a freebie, okay, which was a free 49-minute workshop that he had, okay, as a free course. So they DM'd you the keyword, and then we sent them the free course. The reason why we did that is because we wanted to get them to consume something, which would also basically make it more likely that they're able to be, that they're going to be purchasing the product, right? If they consume that 49-minute free workshop, that's very good, okay, and they're already convinced by that, it's going to be more likely that they actually buy the product, right? And then 1 day out, last call, this is it. And then on launch day, we post something like this. All right, so we basically explain everything that's going to be included. And then there is going to be a link, limited to 10 spots, right? All the time here is going to be a link right here. Obviously, the link isn't here right now, but yeah, there's going to be links right here. So you can screenshot this as well. All right, so these are the Instagram stories. This crushed it for us, okay? You can use a similar launch sequence, and I promise you it'll work for you as well, okay? And yeah, the next thing, YouTube community posts, YouTube video descriptions, okay? Free communities on Discord or Telegram, for example. If you have a free Discord community, you can post it in there as well. And same with WOP. WOP, Discord, and YouTube posts, community posts is essentially the exact same thing, right? So this is, for example, what we did on Discord, okay, in the free Discord. I've got big news for you tomorrow. I've been working on this for weeks, and now it's finally here. Keep an eye on this channel tomorrow. You won't want to miss this. Okay, as you can see, tons of engagement on this one. And then we basically said on March 7th, so there's going to be a call on March 7th. I'm not going to be reading all of this, okay? It's basically on March 7th, I'm going to launch my one-on-one mentorship. This is the best pro mentorship I've ever done and will ever do, best in the entire space. You'll get this, that. This is for you if, okay, I'm going to be honest, the 10 spots will fill up very quickly. Click here to join the waitlist, right? You can post this on Discord, WOP, YouTube community posts, like all of that, okay? All the free stuff. You can post this, all of there, okay? And then the next spot, post again, quick update on my one-on-one mentorship launching this Friday, March 7th. As you can see, we are basically plugging the date all of the time because we want to basically get the date into their heads, okay, so that they actually look forward to it, which also helped because we booked a ton of calls in the first few days, right? We already have a ton of people on the wait list, okay? And the next part, like, you can screenshot this if you'd like. Again, just try to take inspiration from this, okay? You don't have to copy it word for word. And my one-on-one mentorship launches tomorrow. As you can see right here, as I said before, you can basically build FOMO with the waitlist, right? We said, let me get straight to this one. We said we have over 30 times more people on the waitlist than the 10 available spots. So it's going to fill up very fast, okay? I just emailed the launch date to everyone on the waitlist so you know when to be ready, okay? If you're not on the waitlist yet, but you want a chance at securing one of these spots, sign up for the waitlist here, right? And then this is on launch day. My one-on-one mentorship is live now. Click here. This sends them to the call funnel that I'm going to break down in a few seconds, right? So yeah, basically, this is it. Okay, thousands of people are being sent to this page as we speak. And again, this is first come, first served. Again, FOMO. We want to build FOMO. Once the 10th member joins, I'll immediately take that page down and cancel all remaining interview calls. So be fast and we'll talk soon. This is the last notification that you'll get of this. Okay, as you can see, tons of FOMO, and this worked very well for us because people in free communities, they already saw value from you, and that's the reason why they're in the free communities in the first place, especially in the trading space, right? If you have a free community in the trading space, whether that's Telegram, Discord, whatever it might be, this is gonna work very well for you if you use this, okay? Next thing is emails. So we basically had an email list before. For some context, we had an email list before with around 6,000 or 7,000 people on that list. Okay, and we obviously also put everybody who signed up for the wait list into the emails. We sent out an email almost daily, okay, starting from when we built out the wait list, right? Almost daily. I'm not gonna be including every single email that we sent into this video because it would make it way too long. But you can take some inspiration from this right here, for example. So this is what they got once they joined the wait list. So yeah, welcome to the wait list. If you land one of these 10 spots. You'll get access to a level of mentorship that I've never offered before, and I've also never seen anyone in this space do it the way I'm about to. Okay, that said, this is what's going to happen. You'll get insider info. You can just look at this, pause the video. All right. Again, we justify the reason why we actually take on 10 people, okay, because we don't want to just give them fake FOMO, fake scarcity. It doesn't make sense, okay? That's not going to work. People aren't stupid. We had a real reason why we only take on 10 people for now, okay? It's because it's very time consuming, and that's actually true, right? It's very time consuming, and that's why I'm only taking on 10 people right now. FOMO right there as well. This is another email, for example. This is a value email where you basically also want to keep them engaged. Okay, that's why we also give them value, right? So you can read through this as well. I'm not going to read through it. Again, we plug the mentorship as well in the email. And the next one, also a value email, as you can see right here, with some testimonials in there as well to build up hype and also to increase the perceived likelihood of achievement. And this is it. So these are the emails. We are sending out daily emails to basically keep them engaged. Okay, everybody who's on the wait list and also those who are on the email list, keep them engaged and build out FOMO, get more people to the mentorship launch when we launch, right? Okay, so these are the emails. This is basically the whole building out the waitlist part. Okay, this exact thing got us like around 370, so almost 400 people on the waitlist. Okay, and mind you, he only has 20,000 subscribers on Instagram. Okay. So as you can see right here, but he has around 30,000, I think, on YouTube as well. So you have some numbers in your head. Okay, so this is going to work very well for you as well. Okay, so step 3 is building and launching the call funnel. You need a call funnel, okay, because you want to get people on sales calls to actually convert them, right? I've seen this a couple of times, especially in the trading space, that people just send them to a website. Not everybody does this, okay, but many people just send them to a website or just to WOP, okay, and they expect them to pay like, let's say $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on that website or on the WOP page. It's very unlikely that that's going to happen, right? Because they can just leave the page and never buy from you again, and they go about their days like they're doing anyways, okay? And they're just going to forget about it and they're not going to buy, right? So we want to get them on sales calls because one, we can set them on sales calls with you as the mentor, okay, with the personal brand, or with closers, whatever it might be. And we want to get them on sales calls because we want to handle their objections. We just want to give them the comfort they need to make such a big purchase for them, right? That's why we get them on sales calls. So how that works is basically, this is an overview. Okay, we have our traffic. Okay, I'm going to explain everything in a few seconds too. We have our traffic. We send them to a video sales letter, okay, a VSL page. I'm going to show that as well. And then after they watch the VSL, they're going to be able to apply. Okay, they're going to go through an application process, which will disqualify them automatically if they're not qualified. I'm going to show that as well. And then if they're qualified, they get to the Calendly, they can book their call. If they book their call, we're going to hit them up with email and text automations to get them to show up for the call. We had around 80 to 90% show up rates for this launch, okay? This works really well, okay? Also with the manual reach outs, this is extremely good. I'm going to explain that in a few seconds. But yeah, I'm also going to be doing a separate video just showing you how to get extremely good show up rates. I've done that as well. And basically then we get them to show up for the call and then we close them on the call, right? This is the rough breakdown version of it. And this is how it's going to look like. So this is the traffic, all the traffic sources that you have access to. You want to use all of them, right? Instagram, YouTube, like email list. Okay, I've put the ConvertKit logo in here for the email list. Discord, free Discord, paid Discord, whatever it might be. If you do live streams as a trader, you can also mention that in the live streams as well. Also mention it in the live streams to get them to sign up for the waitlist as well, right? WOP, and then this is the icon for the waitlist, okay? So all of the traffic that you have, you want to send them on launch day, okay? Just on launch day, you're gonna launch this on launch day. You want to send them to this VSL funnel. Okay, it's basically, this right here is a 10-minute video sales letter. I'm going to make a separate video on how to craft a video sales letter that actually converts, especially in the trading space, but also in every other spaces and every single other space, whatever it might be, e-com, sales, whatever it might be, it's going to work for you. So I'm going to make a separate video. It would make this way too long. Right? So basically the idea behind a VSL is we send them to this page, they watch the video sales letter, and they're going to be sold on that video already. Okay. So it's going to be way more likely that after they watch the VSL, it's going to be likely that more likely that they show up for the call, but they also come pre-sold to the call. Okay. Because they watch the video sales letter, which means they're also going to be way more likely to close on the call. Okay. It's just a win-win for everybody. So this is the headline. Here's how I'll help you become a funded and consistently profitable trader within 2 weeks, guaranteed. Watch the video below before you apply. So they watch the video, they see the testimonials right here. This is for you if, okay, and then they click on apply. So what happens if they click on apply? They're gonna get to the type form questionnaire, okay, to the form. So we ask for their contact info. What do you currently do for work? Because we figured out that we don't want to work with people who are not financially stable, okay, obviously, because it's a $5,000 program. What do you currently do for work? What is your current situation with trading, right? And then considering you'll have the opportunity to work. So we basically financially qualify them here as well. If they click on, so we have logic right here, right? If they click on $0 to $1,500 to invest, we're just gonna disqualify them, and they're never gonna be able to book a call. They're never gonna see this call booking page, right? That's because they don't even qualify for the payment plans that we have. That's why we just disqualify them. But if they say something like 15 to 2K, 1,500 to 2K, 2 to 3K, or 3 to 5K, whatever it might be, they're gonna be able to book a call, right? They're gonna get to the next question, which is on the next page, you'll have the chance to book a call with me to see if this is a good fit for you. Can you confirm that you'll attend the call? Again, this worked well as well because we got 80 to 90% show up rates. We helped another personal brand go from 30% to 80 or 70 to 80%, right? So I'm gonna make a separate video covering how to get better show up rates as well. Okay, so yeah, if they click on yes, if they click on no, they're gonna be disqualified as well. All right, if they click on yes, they get to the calendar right here. It's Calendly. That's the software that we use. Okay, so they get to the calendar, right? We only allowed them to book a call 3 days in advance. Okay, so that they don't forget about it. For example, if they book a call for 2 weeks out, okay, there's a high chance that they're gonna forget about the call. That's why 3 days in advance. And we were also like booked out for the first few days. So yeah, after they book their call, they get to the email and text automations. Of course, you could, if you want to actually scale, and that's also what we do with people or personal brands that actually want to scale, but this was a launch limited to 10 people, right? That's why you don't need a huge email sequence with nurture content, for example, sending them free stuff over to keep them engaged and all of that to pre-sell them before they get to the call, right? It was a very warm audience. And we only limited the launch to 10 people. That's why we didn't need that. But we had an email automation and text reminder automations, right, to get them to show up for the call through Calendly. And we also did manual reach outs. For example, what that could look like is you get to go to Calendly or whatever you might use, right? You see their phone number, you put that into your phone, or you can also use Go High Level for that as well, or your CRM. You basically put that into your phone, for example, or your setter. If you have setters, okay, you can also use your setter, or give your closers a higher percentage if they do that. Okay, it's basically a triage, but instead of calling them, you can basically send them a text. So you can either send them a text or call them, triage them, okay? So if you send a text, you could say something like, yo, this is Hype from Nathan's team. Okay, I saw you booked a call with Nathan at whatever the time was, okay, 4 p.m. Eastern, right? Is that correct? Okay, if they say yes, okay, you can send them the call link as well in that message. Okay, so that's a manual reach out. This helped us a ton. Okay, almost everybody replied to that message and also showed up for the call, right? Because we sent them the call link in there as well. For example, if the audience isn't that tech savvy, they might not see this. Okay, but we also had a thank you page. I can show that as well. So yeah, after they booked their call, they also got to a thank you page, which basically had a screenshot, okay, a screenshot of basically the email that they got, right? So they get to the thank you page and they see a screenshot. Okay, step 1, go to your emails and look for this email right here, which we also put a screenshot in there, and then mark this on your calendar. A team member will reach out to you shortly, and then also you can put there a thank you video. Okay, that's what you can also do. I forgot to put this into this presentation, but yeah, basically that's what you can also do. Pair this with the email automations and the text automations and the manual triages, whether that's on the phone or via text. Okay, and you're gonna get them to show up. Okay, but I'll also make a separate video, as I said. And then the next step is close on call, right? That's it. This is the whole process. If you get all of this right, I promise you, you'll make a ton of money. All right, so this was the whole presentation. I promise you, if you follow everything that we did and just covered, you're gonna make a ton of money, okay? This is a repeatable, proven, battle-tested strategy. We've done it multiple times. It worked every single time, and it's gonna work for you as well, Okay, I promise that. And if you want to start selling high ticket info and you want help with all of this, or you have an existing high ticket info product business and you want to scale it past 6 figures, there's gonna be a link for you in the description. You can just book a strategy call with our team. Our team would also be happy to just strategize with you for free. Okay, so there's gonna be a link. And yeah, that's it. See you at the next one.